Welcome to part 2 of how to set up our SD-WAN lab. First, we should plan IP addressing of this scenario, for example, for controllers area or branches area. Okay, first I go to add an object, and after that select text, and for example, we can use 10.0.0.0/24 and font size of, for example, 20, and font color of this color. Okay, and then save. I want to use this range of IP addressing for my controller area. For example, for vBond, I use 10.0.0.2, and for vSmart 10.0.0.4, for example, and I can use this range, this IP address -4, and for vmanage -3. It's not important what IP address you choose, it's optional, -3, and for my Windows server or certificate authority server here -5. All of these components, vBond, vSmart, and vmanage, and WinServer, is in VLAN 1 of switch core. Here, all of these components in VLAN 1, and we can plan or configure an interface VLAN in switch core as a default gateway. All of this in VLAN 1, and we can configure in switch core an interface VLAN 1 with IP address of 10.0.0.1/24. Okay, this is our plan. And for branches or internet, we should use a public IP addressing plan. For example, I use in internet 100.0x/y/24, and X is site ID and Y is the VH number. For example, if we use this site ID plan, for example, for controllers, site ID is 100, and for branches, site ID here is 1, first site, and for the second branch I use site ID 2, and for the third branch site ID 3, and fourth branch site ID 4. Here site ID 3, and after that for branch 4 site ID 4. Okay, because of this site ID plan, we use, for example, for this link between internet router and VH1, 100.0x is 1, y, for example, 0/24, and we use the interface in this inside of internet router point 1, this is point 1, and the interface inside of VH1 1.2. For example, 100.0.1.1 internet, Ethernet 0.1, and in VH1.1 gigabit 0.0, 100.0.1.2. And for the link between internet router and VH21, I can use this range 100.0.2 Y2 because the site ID is 2. And for the link between internet router and CH3, I use 100.0.3.0/24, and in the last link I can use 100.0, for example, 40/24. Also, we can use this range for the link between Ethernet router and core switch, 100.0.100/24. All of IP addresses on the side of internet router is 1, and on the side of other routers, for example, core VH11, VH21, CH31, CH41 is .2 or 0.2. Okay, very good. Start the configuration of our lab. I want to start with Windows Server from here. Click it and start it. Windows Server, start. Windows Server should be a start, and after it's started, I want to configure it as a domain controller, and after that, I can use this Win Server as a certificate authority or CA. Okay, click it. Okay, yes, choose application, maybe Ultra VNC. Yes, open link. And after that, we see that getting devices ready or Windows Server now is booting. Very good. I'm waiting to boot this Windows Server from here. Some second. Very good. It's completed. I click on it, send Control Alt Delete to host. And after that, I should enter our password. Our password for this Windows Server is test123. Okay, I enter it, test123. Very good, test123. Okay, the password is incorrect with capital letter. Okay, very good. I success to enter or log in to my Windows Server. First, I should configure this Windows Server as a domain controller or start first Active Directory service. After that, promote to DC or domain controller. After that, we can start certificate authority service in this server. Server manager. This is not part of the SD-WAN configuration, but we need it. Okay, very good. You can go to add roles and features. First, click add roles and features. Very good. Server manager is collecting inventory data. The wizard will be available after data collection finishes. Some second you should wait. Very good. Okay. And after that, another time, add roles and feature. Very good. First, before you begin, page appear, you should click next. We don't need any change in this page. In the installation type, we use role-based or feature-based installation. We don't need to change option. Next. Okay. And in this page, server selection, we have only one server, SRV, the name of our server. Select the server from the server pool. Yes, it's okay. Next. Next page, select server roles. This is important. Server roles, we should use second option, Active Directory Domain Services. Okay, I select it. Add features without change, and then select next. Okay, very good. And then select next without any change. Next, and another time, next, and install. As you see in this page, installation progress, we can see starting installation, and we should wait some minutes to this starting is completed. After that, we can progress or configuration or setup with promote to this Active Directory to domain controller. Until this step is completed, we can go to our scenario. This is our scenario, and turn on our controllers. For example, vManage. I click it, I right click, and then select start. After that, I can select vBond and then start. And after that, vSmart. All of controllers now are starting, and because of connectivity needed, I start core switch. Very good. Now